What up, YouTube Digital? Quick video. Sway Kanye interview, but the good part. Where Sway or Kanye starts going fucking insane and Sway has to put him in Oakland check. People don't know Sway's from he's from Bay Area.
You're dropping me off today, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Do I need to?
You were talking about doing stuff to the car today, or was that going to be just Monday? I don't know.
No, because you're off at what, 4? Oh.
I work 10-hour shifts. I'm off at 7:30.
Yeah. No, I don't need it today because 1, it's gonna rain. 2, tomorrow's Sunday. We're both off, and I'm taking Monday off too. So no, I don't need it today. Forgot what day it was. Every time I borrow it when I don't need it, then it just sits there. But yeah, let's listen to this shit right here.
In school in Brazil, y'all want to go to Africa? I'm standing up and I'm telling you, I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's going to be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
Now I'm gonna stop right here because this is how people are on YouTube. When you say, yo, you can executive orders can't be used or something like that, you know, people are like, no, you can't do that. Can't do that. You know, they don't look at the positives. They're always negative. That's why he lost 13 million.
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Come on, chill out.
You ain't got the answers.
Kanye,
you ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You ain't been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Kanye, calm down.
You don't have the answers though.
Calm down.
Because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
A year.
I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree. All I'm asking you,
and it ain't no Ralph though. It ain't Ralph level.
Let me ask you this: I'm asking.
What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Kanye,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I lost money, but that's not
exactly. And I could lose money on a higher level too.
Don't
think just because. Don't think because I got the most or the least money.
Let me finish my question, dog.
Man, man.
Let me hear the question.
You don't have the answers.
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question. Why is it that you can't? You have money.
I just told you I lost the money because I did not have the knowledge of how to do it the right way.
So you don't have the money to do it. That's your answer. You ain't got to turn up, man. This ain't no fucking show, man. I'm talking to you as a homie.
It ain't no homie, man. Because the thing is, the bottom line is,
man, everybody, you ain't got to turn up like
Sway's about ready to beat the shit out.
Ain't no hold up.
Listen, bro.
Ain't no hold up.
It ain't got to be no hold up. I'm asking you.
And you can already see Kanye. He's like.
What do you mean it ain't no hold up, man? We here talking as civilized people. I'm trying to understand your world because when I go to your concert, I'm curious about what you're saying. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you the questions.
Well, I'm explaining to you what it is.
Okay, but you ain't got to turn up on me man to man, dog. Fuck these mics. We could turn all this shit off. You ain't got to do this. It's cool. I love you, bro. But you ain't got to turn up. Don't try to embarrass us.
I'm not trying to embarrass y'all. What I'm trying to say to y'all is this industry of what I'm trying to get into, ain't nobody never broke down. Ain't nobody broke down. We all slaves.
No.
So I ain't trying to disrespect you on your show.
Whoa. Just because you have... First off, Okay. Let's look at Apple and Microsoft back in the day, and IBM. They were the market. They were the blue chip. They held the market. It was them. Are we going to say that today? Are we going to look back at 1980s when that lady ran through in the Super Bowl commercial and threw the sledgehammer through the projector thing and did all that shit? Are we going to say that is how it is today? No. You can buy whatever video cards you want, all this other bullshit. The fact is, you haven't figured out how to get in. They did. And they're trying to keep the shit locked down because they're smart. Now, out of everybody in this world, I will admit that Kanye's probably got the best chance of breaking the wall down and opening it up for shit. But I have a feeling his shit sucks. But I'll keep going.
Oh, we all slaves of
Ain't
something.
about my show, yeah.
I ain't trying to disrespect you, period. Let me
Okay.
talk if you're going to have me talk. We all slaves. We all slaves. And y'all ain't experienced.
And motherfucker, don't ever call me a slave, because I'll bitch slap the fuck out of you. I ain't a slave to nobody except to myself.
There's nothing right here but a moment from a movie out of glory. Back in the days, the slaves had enough money they could buy their own freedom. We all say we.
So little that they probably can't even make a list. Or they can't even make an estimate. Most slaves were not paid, and they were not allowed to work on the side. Or if they were allowed to work on the side, and if their master was nice enough to allow them to earn money on the side, the master took most of the money. And you had good slaves, you had, what do they call them, KRS breaks it down to, the blocks, bad slaves that, were gimped somehow. And, Art of Rap, Ice-T, KRS's interview, and he was talking about them, but most done. And if they did, it was in the North. Otherwise, if you can make money, then how are you a slave?
Slaves to Nike, we slaves to Benz, we slaves to public perception, we slaves to not looking, what somebody gonna say after the interview. Why you let Kanye do that? You should have checked him.
I don't give a
I love you, man. I'm sorry. I love you, man. I'm sorry,
that's
okay?
Fine, that's fine.
But look at this. This is exactly what would happen at the French Revolution. This is exactly what happened. I'm sure there's some arguments with Harry Tubman and other people talking about, let's go this way, let's go that way. But what I'm trying to say is, I sat in Paris and met with these people. I invested my own money and lost money. I made t-shirts that made money. I made music that made money. But at the end of the day, Lucy and Grain still cut my music checks. As powerful as my voice is, Lucy still runs 50% of the music industry.
Now, that's true, but you know what, Kanye, I'm sorry, again, you are a stupid motherfucker. You are hot, and you are making money, and you are spending money on people who are just taking it from you. And I'm sure you know, I've heard stories from not only a couple people, well, one person on here about, you know, Vanilla Ice and, you know, being ripped on some royalties, but other people too, from, you know, honest people that took over. But oh, I didn't even hear about this one. This is Charlemagne going after him now.
If I lived in a past lifetime, maybe I would have been a playwright or something. But in this lifetime, to be the most turnt, the most relevant is to be a rock star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can express, you know, at the highest level there. And for me, I came from, you know, art school and everything. I would, you know, draw out all these ideas and all these concepts. And the more and more I get to create, the younger and younger and younger I feel. So, you know, when I did Glow in the Dark, I felt young. I felt like I was 5 years old. When I, you know, got into a little trouble and stuff, I felt like I had to grow up. You know, I did Dark Fantasy, and I felt like I was 10. Then I did, you know, Blueprint 3, then Watch the Throne, then Cruel Summer. And then when I got to, you know, Yeezus, I just felt frustrated. And usually I would start the album with like Blood on the Leaves. I know everybody would even like the album more if I did that, but I felt so frustrated in the way I've been marginalized and held back.
Why do you feel so frustrated? You say that a lot. Like, why?
Yeah.
I remember you from being outside the studio trying to get people to hear you rap. You was a great producer, but nobody believed you as a rapper. And then it seems like you got to a point where everybody's loving the way that you rap. Now you just seem like you're more frustrated.
Do you not like the reception Jesus has gotten? Because I didn't like the album at all, and I was a Kanye West fan.
Yeah.
But Jesus was white.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
What? Oh shit! Charlemagne just told him, you know, it was whack.
I was asking about the whole Yeezus, like, what makes you so frustrated?
Yeah, it's not about Yeezus. It's about, you know, Michael Jackson was told he couldn't play videos on MTV because he was considered to be an urban artist.
Right.
So if I start talking about clothing, everybody's going to talk about urban clothing line. But
Michael Jackson was one of the first people on MTV. He didn't have anything from when he broke up with the Jackson 5 until he released Thriller. He didn't really have anything. And the first one that played on there was Billie Jean, I think. It wasn't even Thriller, it was Billie Jean. Something like that. But anywho, I see if there's
I'm showing my family. And I think, actually, I have a love-hate relationship with the paparazzi, but actually I love them because they empowering us. They're empowering us over, you know, a Graydon Carter or a Vanity Fair that want to say, you know, Kate Upton is Marilyn Monroe. Kate Upton ain't Marilyn Monroe. Kim Marilyn Monroe. You know that. She was controversial. She controversial. This is reality. I'm living inside of a dream world.
Do you not like the reception Jesus has gotten? Because I didn't like the album at all, and I was a Kanye West fan.
Yeah.
But Jesus was white.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So what were you saying?
Like, to me, it seems like you're such a walking contradiction because you'll denounce the corporations, but then you'll get on stage and say you need Nike and Adidas to back you. That makes no sense to me.
100%.
But how? How can you denounce the corporations, say F the corporations, and say you feel like a slave, but then ask the companies to back you?
It ain't that I feel like a slave. We are mentally enslaved. We enslaved to brands. We enslaved. We enslaved to chains. A woman is enslaved to the concept of diamonds are a girl's best friend. Like, girls in London don't even wear engagement rings. That's all been programmed into us. When we born artists. We born free, and then we held down by society's perception of us. We just don't want to be embarrassed. And I took the opportunity to look as stupid as possible. I'm saying, when I was in Chicago and watched The Throne, I was gonna change my outfit to some normal leather pants and stuff. And they tailored it. One was too tight. Then the next one ripped on me. And I felt like God was like, nah, man, you can't be scared in Chicago because there's a bunch of gangsters and it's where you grew up. I want you to wear that kilt in Chicago. I want you to release that fear. I want you to show as an artist that you could create to the highest level. You know what I'm saying? So,
what that got to do with you denouncing corporations, but then still asking corporations to be in business with you? That's where the contradiction is. That's where you confused.
I'm not denouncing the corporations. I'm denouncing the people that have the job at the corporation at that time. Because, you know, when I wanted to get my deal, it was A&Rs that don't work there no more telling me how I needed to work with another rapper or how I wasn't a rapper and blah, blah. And now it's people that's at the corporations. They got the ability and the facilities that if I put my genius to it, that I can affect culture in a higher way, the way I affected people when I made them Louis, and I affected people when I made them Yeezys. So I ain't going at Nike as a corporation. I'm going at the people that's running the corporation, and I'm saying, I'm going to hit you in the chest until you listen to me, because you feel like you ain't got to take no meeting with me. So I'm going to turn up, and I'm going to show you what we are. We World War Z. We going to run over that mountain until you listen to me, because I'm influential.
Why do you talk so much about money nowadays, man? I used to look at you as like a real revolutionary. You know, real revolutionaries didn't need money to change the world. Malcolm X wasn't rich. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't rich. Like, I don't understand why everything is so much about money and stuff to you now.
Because you need product. You need to own something to have a voice at this point. Because I'm telling you.
But you already got it. You don't need to own something to have a voice. Yeah, you had a voice. When you got on stage and you said George Bush don't care about black people, you was using your voice. You don't need money to have a voice.
I could use my voice, but what happened if y'all don't buy no other albums? Then that voice, people gonna say, oh, he like Arsenio Hall, and he was turning up too much, and now you fired. But when you got money, can't nobody fire you.
No, Arsenio Hall's ratings were going down. I love Arsenio, but they were.
Egotistical personality you got. That's what turns me off. It makes me feel, I'm not going to this show. I don't want him around. I don't want to buy his records.
Exactly, but I'm thinking that your last name is the God, right?
Absolutely.
So anybody that's a God can recognize a God. Jesus can recognize Jesus. I mean, you know, y'all know what it is.
And God's got to keep other gods on point too.
Keep me on point, brother.
You see him not on these square.
Yo,
it don't seem like you're on your square right now, bro.
I'm 100% on my square, but I ain't saying I couldn't use no tighten up. I'm not saying I'm infallible, that I'm flawless. I'm saying I got a cause. You can't deny if I had a pair of red Yeezys for y'all now, y'all wouldn't want that.
You do realize that's not why we love you. We love you because of the music, bro. You gave us that feeling with albums like College Dropout, Graduation, Late Registration. We don't care about your designing sneakers and clothes and all that. That means nothing to us.
Yeah, no, Yeezys do mean something to the
culture.
Not more than the music.
Wait, so you don't...
Oh my God. Hold on for a second. Alright, sorry about that pause there.
If you're a genius, why do you feel the need to tell everybody? Why you just don't show and prove by actions and deeds and not words and lip service?
Because when I ask Nike when the Yeezys come out, they say we ain't sure yet. That's the reason I'm doing crowdsourcing of public opinion to turn up and let y'all understand what I'm going through. I came here to Charlemagne the God to talk directly to the people so y'all could understand what I'm dealing with. So y'all get some clarity.
People don't care about your rich problems. Those are rich problems. The fact that the fashion designers won't accept you, Nike won't accept you, we don't care. We just want Ye to make great music. That's what Ye does for the people.
Great music. You know what? Fuck you.
You know what?
Fuck you, Kanye. If I can burn the shit out of myself playing around with 5mm LEDs that I got from China for pennies. Okay, now if you went to Radio Shack or an electronics store that actually sold LEDs, this would be like $7 here. Okay? For $7, I can get 300 of them shipped here. Okay? Yes, it sounds like a sweatshop over there, but the thing is it costs nothing to make these. Look, it's a piece of plastic and 2 metal plates that are coated specialty and space specialty by a machine. Okay? By a machine. Now, clothing there is made dirt cheap. You can't tell me you can't find a fucking source over there. There was a series done in UK about 3 guys, and they all wanted to renew the housing scene. One guy was like, had a like Home Depot bathrooms, okay, and his shit was his shit. Okay, he went over there and got a factory. He built, another guy built his own to do, God, what was he doing? Pillows, throw pillows. Those little square throw pillows. So one guy's doing bathroom shit, one guy's doing throw pillows, who built his own factory out of nothing. And this thing's huge. I mean, stories and fucking, huge. Another guy buys his own fucking granite shit. He got tired of dealing with the middleman over there to get his granite, that he said, fuck you, I'm buying you out. And he bought it out. And you're telling me you can't make the clothing that you want? Now, I kind of like your fashion. I wish you could get it in my size, but I like it. But, motherfucker, don't sit there and bitch about you can't do it. That's like saying that, okay, I am more than okayed to be on SSDI, but I go to work every day. It might be behind this fucking desk, but motherfucker, I go to work. And when somebody fucking steps on my shit, here or anywhere, I think I've proven enough that I will fuck you up. No, I have not been able to get one yet to stop and get the fuck out of their car so I can beat the shit out of them. It's even frustrating me more. But, motherfucker, don't be crying and all this shit. You got Kim K. Get that bitch away from that family. Get her away from her mom, from all that shit. Bang the shit out of that shit. Bang, bang, bang. Toss the shit behind. And go live your fucking life. What the fuck's wrong with you? You get, for me, look at Radiohead. Here's right after my friend died who got me into Radiohead. I liked I'm a Loser and all that. But I mean, when they really got into, making what's, now, whatever, yeah. But they're like, right when my friend died, they put up an album, and they're like, hey, here's our website, here's our album, download it, donate what you think it's worth. You're a big enough artist to do that. Don't give me this shit. You can't do it. There's too many corpses. Dude, if I lived my life that way, I'd still be flipping burgers, motherfucker. I'd still be fucking jacking people like you. I'd be up in your house banging your shit fucking wife and stealing your shit. I just hate motherfuckers that I'd love 5 minutes in a room with him, because I would just start beating on him until he tells me whether or not this is bullshit, which is cool, or if this is the real him. And I still need a couple more beatings. It's my God. Kanye, grow a dick. Even 2 Chainz has one. And he got jacked. It happens. I've been jacked. The reason you lost money is because you let people like me in your life. And if I can take your money, you better bet I can take your life. Peace.